It's time to take a look at one of the most critically acclaimed movie franchises of all time. Today on Quickie Reviews, I'm going to take a look at the Mission Impossible franchise and review all 6 films back to back to back to see if this franchise deserves the title it often receives. This coming strictly from me, someone who has never seen any of these before, and giving my personal thoughts on each of them. It may seem impossible now, but hey, they've done impossible things 6 times. Okay, that sounds really stupid. Anyways, let's take a look at the widely critically acclaimed Mission Impossible franchise to see if it's overrated or gets what it deserves. The first Mission Impossible is, well, pretty good, but that's really it for me. I mean, there are definitely things that are great. For example, the actual action scenes are really what sell the movie here. They are all awesome. Some of the cinematography is uniquely done, and seeing just how skilled these agents are was pretty cool. But the film does something slightly stupid at the beginning, which is they pull an attempted Hitchcock twist, and well, it was dumb. Okay, so this movie has been out for 22 years, and I didn't promise, but I was hoping I wouldn't have to spoil it, but this is the only way to say the plot of the film, and it's one of the big issues I have with this movie. Anyways, back to the review. The film follows Ethan Hunt, an IMF agent whose team is all killed off on a mission that was revealed to be an actual mole hunt, making the IMF believe that Ethan is the mole. Now, Ethan must find the true mole and prove his innocence. And this is where the problems with the film begin. I mean, the film itself is mostly good, but the fact that the plot is literally, we established this competent team only to kill every single one of them off, is just dumb. I mean, I have zero connection with the show, but the actual mole also is just sure to piss people off. It did. Wow. On top of that, it's so predictable the person's the mole because their alias begins with the same letter as their actual name. You'll know it when you see it. I don't even know if I also liked Ethan in this one. I mean, it's just Tom Cruise playing his character from Top Gun, and I mean, he's a cool agent and all, but I really was whatever for most of it. So, yeah. It is a love score out of me, and while definitely appealing and fun enough, it isn't one I would want to really come back to when it comes to story. Mission Impossible 2 is not good at all. The plot of it, or could I even call it a plot? Is basically Ethan must stop a rogue IMF agent, this is gonna be a thing in the next movie, from using a deadly virus to kill half the population. Whoops, sorry, I was thinking about Thanos from Infinity War there. I meant all the population, just so we have this out of our system. And for the most part, it also has something to do with surfer hair? Seriously, Ethan's hair in this film is kind of distracting at points. The film does have a great opening and some actually well-done shots, but most of them feel more like something I would put on my laptop's display than an actual cinematic shot that's meant to convey something emotionally or thematically. Seriously, the third act is constantly a bird flying in front of Ethan's face anytime he shoots at something. Why is that even in there? It also has a lackluster tone at the first 20 minutes, making it feel like a really dumb and awkward romantic comedy, and then goes into this really just boring movie where the two characters of the main guy, who's the villain or whatever, and Ethan, trying to outwit each other without them being there. Then the third act is where the action is, but it also just gets long and boring. Most of it is with the rogue agent, and I can't even tell you anything about this guy except that he feels like they were trying to do some kind of Kylo Ren character. Except Kylo Ren is actually a really interesting character when you take away the emotional mess side of him. But this guy is just dumb. Just dumb. There's a whole 8-minute scene of Ethan fighting this guy, and it made me just want the movie to end. It tries to do everything over the top, and while it works at first, it does get grating pretty fast. At least the Meg knew when and where to go over the top. Instead of being a cool agent in this one, Ethan is just kind of boring. The only reason I got any enjoyment out of this movie was literally because I was constantly laughing and making jokes about it. Mission Impossible 2 gets a dislike out of me. Yowzers. Here's to hoping it gets better from here.